Okay, so welcome everybody. For all those out in TV land, I'm Leonard Cooner, the chair of the Castle Kilbride Advisory Committee. And this is our meeting, which we haven't had in a little while because we haven't had enough people to actually have a meeting. So just have to open up my thing here. Okay, so we have a number of things to discuss tonight, but we'll start off with the Territorial Acknowledgement. So we have gathered in Wilmot Township on the traditional territory of the neutral Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Mississauga peoples. We also want to acknowledge the importance of the Dish with One Spoon Covenant, a peace agreement made between Indigenous nations before the Europeans arrived. Characterizes our collective responsibility to each other and Mother Earth. We should take only what we need, leave enough for others, and keep the dish clean. By acknowledging this covenant and the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, we are reminded of our important connection to this land where we live, learn, and work together as a community. So, we also need now to disclose any pecuniary interest under the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. Does anyone have anything to report? Alrighty. And I hope you have all had time to review the minutes from May 20th. That was the last time we got together. It's hard to believe. Could I have somebody second that we accept? Or acknowledge that we accept? Anyone? Thank you, Adam. Yeah, now we need someone to second it, right? Sorry, a little out of practice since we haven't had this in such a long time. Seconder, thank you, Jim. Now going on to the agenda at hand. Okay, that would be business. Sherry, can we have a 2021 exhibits and events update?
Yeah, absolutely. So we just closed the My Dearly Departed exhibit on November 7th, and we changed it out with an exhibit called Given by Livingston. So it's more of a Christmas focused exhibit. And so that just launched yesterday. We've also finished decorating, so we are ready for the season. We're still doing Eventbrite bookings, and everybody has to book. And I come in every morning, and I've got at least 50 Eventbrite notices for bookings. So it's booking up really, really fast. So we unfortunately can only host 8 people safely at a time, even though they're going to be showing proof of vaccination. But we're quite excited to see that. And we're going to be offering 3 evening tours as well. And those are filling up nicely too.
The government has relaxed the restrictions. Does that not apply to our museum?
So we still have to keep the distance between our staff and the patrons, even though they have shown their proof of vaccination. So that's the one issue that we're dealing with. And we're also trying to look to at, because we've had to close off the main staircase because of the wood hand railing, we can't disinfect that.
Yes.
So we're looking to see if we can now move away from that and open that staircase back up again for better flow through the house.
Yeah, I don't know what the stand on that is right now because it's sort of been demonstrated that it isn't fomites.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's aerosol.
Right. So we're trying to see if they have used hand sanitizer on the way in and haven't touched anything, if they can use the hand railing
right
after that.
Actually, I believe public health says cleaning once a day, but we still can't clean it at all.
That's exactly. We can't clean it at all. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Alrighty. That's good. Are you still requiring people to wear their face masks?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Good. And staff too?
Stacked as well, yes. And if we can't maintain that distance, we're still to wear either the shield or goggles as well as outlined in the policy for the township.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the committee initiatives update.
So the committee initiatives update, yeah, so the subcommittee met, which we'll talk about in a minute, for the collections management, and the rest we've kind of deferred until next year. And I think with under new business as well, we'll be talking about the work program, which we may leave till January and have people think over the next month and a half about projects that we can work on moving forward and put into the work plan.
Okay. Now for the committee works that are upcoming, is that still going to be done largely online, or are we going to be trying to do the face-to-face?
We can see about our next meeting in January, meeting face-to-face. That would be nice. It would be nice to see everyone face-to-face again. I was kind of sad because this is usually the one where we all get together and have a celebration. So I was missing that tonight.
I don't know. Meeting people face-to-face, bring out the agoraphobia. We just haven't done it in 2 years.
Right.
Okay. And the rolled storage update.
So there was a delay on the rolled storage. I guess with lots of things, steel has been hard to come by. So it has been delayed until mid-January is when we're expecting it. So
do they have a handle on the material?
They do, yes.
Okay.
And so we're looking forward to that. And it's nice that we're close to the public at that time, that we can move everything out and safely install everything and then move everything back. So
good. It just occurs to me, I'm kind of monopolizing this. Is there anyone else got anything to say or question? No, everyone's content. Okay. So new business. I guess that's you too, Sherry.
Sure. So this is our big one for tonight, the collection management policy update. And I'd like to begin by thanking the subcommittee of Len, Artem, and Jim. We met extensively to review the policy, and everyone had wonderful input. And so I circulated the policy to everyone and just wanted to know if you had any questions or if you wanted to go over it in greater detail. We can certainly do that. Or if we're ready to make a motion to move that, we can do that as well.
Did everyone have a chance to read it? I hope.
I think Angie has a question.
Yes.
Thank you. Will this be going to the council?
Yes, so that is the next step for this. Yes, so we approve it and then it goes on to council.
Okay.
Any other questions or concerns?
Just this, I read it over carefully, and I agree with everything seems to be going well. However, there are some picky little points of grammar which
Sure.
Which I think ought to be cleared up, and I'm not quite sure how to do that.
If you would like to, whichever way would be easiest for you, if you could put that in an email, or if you want to drop it off at the castle, I would be happy to take that either way.
I mean, I would be quite willing to, for instance, to agree with a motion which says we approve this thing subject to minor editorial corrections.
What were the issues that you found?
You know what? I don't have it right in my hands, so
Okay.
which is still, but nothing was particular, nothing of particular importance, really. It
Okay.
depends what you call it, you know? I mean, I happen to have been a professor in my life, so I'm always concerned about little strange things like the way things are spelled.
Well, it's important to get it all right. Is everyone okay with that? Okay, so we're all good with having read this, and so subject to minor editorial changes, we have make a recommendation to the committee to endorse the collection management policy. Could I get a first? Thank you, Peter. And a second? Thanks, Artem. Okay, so I guess now Peter will, I guess, has to be disseminated unless to all of the committee. So it'll go to Sherry, and then Sherry, if you could just shoot it out to us.
I certainly will. Yeah.
And if there are no concerns, then it'll go to committee next meeting, whenever that may be.
To council. Yeah.
To council. Yeah, sorry. Is that fair, Councillor Holman? Good, thank you. So. Storage, okay, so. So it's now, sorry, Artem, you were going to say something?
Are we gonna vote on it or no?
Oh, yes, sorry, we have first and second. So we have a vote. Just hold up your
Favor.
hand. And I say also, so unanimously accepted.
Okay.
Okay, so Peter, when do you think you might have an opportunity to shoot that in?
Oh, Lord, I don't know, because I've got to start thinking about that rather immediately.
Okay.
When's it expected to go to council?
That
Next
is a
meeting?
good question. Yes, I'm not sure when the next when it was scheduled to go forth, but I can check
What I'm
into that for you
meaning
too.
to say, Christmas is coming on, and so rather soon. So I don't know if I can get to it that quickly, but I will.
I guess sooner rather than later, because I don't imagine
Yeah,
township wants
exactly.
to delay meetings. Okay, so.
Yep.
Where did I put that now? There. Okay. Okay, so proof of vaccination. Sherry, you've mentioned that you're requiring proof of vaccination, just like a restaurant?
Exactly. So 12 and up are required to show proof of vaccination. We started that on November 1st, and so far we haven't had any issues. We did actually have one issue where someone had purchased tickets for them and their friends and didn't realize their friends weren't vaccinated. So we were able to switch the tickets for them.
Switch the tickets, really? In what way?
So they had ordered 6 and only needed 2, so we were able to refund them the 4 tickets, and then they wanted to come to one of the evening tours as well, so we switched that for them too.
What a nice organization we are. Any other organization would just say, too bad, so sad, have a nice life.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I
that's
felt
very nice
bad
of you.
because obviously they had no idea. So, and I'd rather, have happy patrons and visitors than angry ones.
Very nice. Okay. The more businesses should take your line of thinking. So is it 2 pieces or just the one?
The 2 pieces of ID,
Yes,
or
for the
yes,
vaccination.
so they just have to show their QR code, and we've actually, Raj and IT provided us with the phone that we can just scan it, get the check mark, and then just match it with their ID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's a bit of a 2-step process to get them through, but it seems to be working out okay so far.
Good. Yeah, I don't have a QR code. I just have my certificate on my phone and my driver's license on my phone.
Right, and that
That's what
works too. We'll accept that too.
Okay. And so you want to talk about what you want us to do in 2022?
That one, I think we can probably wait until January, but in the meantime, if you'd like to think of things that you think the committee could be involved in and would like to be involved in, then please shoot me an email and we can
Seems like we
get
just
that
did
on the
that.
agenda. We did, yeah. And it just seemed like all of these great projects, you know, Marlene wanted to come and help in the archives and it's just, everything's just on hold. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope that everybody will still want to do those projects come the new year, but I didn't want to hold everyone to their
Yeah.
commitment from a year prior.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get back to normal, but wouldn't hold my breath.
Right. Well, we're still planning full steam ahead for, you know,
Yeah.
full slate of events and exhibits for next year. So
Good.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah. And how are the repairs on the porches going? Or is that on hold too?
No, so that is, they're putting together some quotes and they've had a couple of contractors out to look at it in the past couple of days. And that will go forward as a potential capital project. So that
How
will
many
be
RFPs are
presented
you
in the
looking
budget.
for?
So they just look for sort of a scope, like of an idea of how much it's going to cost before they can put a budget together. And then the RFPs would be then presented once the budget and everything was approved in I think is it January or February, Jeff and Angie? February.
Good. We have water damage to the bedrooms.
Right.
Mhm.
So this was a huge surprise for us about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It was a Tuesday, and I had someone who had requested to come in to take some photos for a not-for-profit program that they were doing, a visual treasure hunt. And so she came in and was taking a couple photos here and there and went up to the bedrooms and noticed that there was water leaking from the master bedroom. And she said, you know, you have water leaking in the bedroom. I thought, there's no way, like, where would this water be coming from? So sure enough, there was lots of drips coming through the ceiling there, which is wild because it is it's one seamless piece of linen that's in the James's bedroom. And so I guess up in the attic space, they have this, I think it's called a condensate pump, and it's part of the humidification system. And
Mhm.
it's supposed to stop when it malfunctions, and it didn't, and it just kept pouring water out. And so it leaked into Alice and Edna's bedroom, which is right below. So on the ceiling and the wall there, and then carried over into James's bedroom on the ceiling and wall there as well. So we have a company called First On Site that has been installing systems like they've never put up before to make sure that the plaster dries safely and dries thoroughly, because it is quite extensive. Like you can see kind of staining in Alice and Ed's bedroom, and you can see the cracks on the ceiling, but it's what you can't see is where the real problem is. So they've got these wild dehumidification systems happening, and that's been up for about 2 weeks now, and they think that either tomorrow or Tuesday at the latest they will have those pieces out of there. And then we'll have to contact Lori Lemaire, who is our restoration artist, to come and help us with those rooms. So she's waiting for everything to dry to come and tell us what needs to be done on her end.
How much damage is there? Like substantial damage, or you
Um,
have to know it's their kind of damage?
Some of it is kind of, you need to know it's there, but the ceiling in James's bedroom has, because it's like that white linen where the cracks are, it's really like very soiled and very brown. So yeah.
That is quite a problem. I had actually a rather similar problem last summer. a cooling system decided that its condensation would go down inside one of my walls. And I still have first on site doing things. They were in my place today.
Oh,
Wow.
really? Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So
Yes.
is this covered by insurance or what's the
They do,
story?
it's paid for by insurance, but nonetheless, I will say, the first on-site people, I'm sorry, my dog's barking. First on-site people are quite efficient at getting going on things. And, you know, I've had, don't have ceiling problem, I've had floor problem. So the whole of the main floor of my house has been upgraded. Not the whole of it.
Any damaged artifacts at the castle?
I
No,
don't have problems, thank goodness. I
Nope,
should have.
It was actually, it missed the armoire, which was amazing. There was only
Good.
one little spot on the top, and it went down onto the one of the rugs, but it was so small that we were able to just hang the rug up to dry out properly before we put it back down. But yeah, we were quite lucky,
Good.
and lucky that it didn't filter down to the first floor, because that would have been the dining room parlor.
I will say, first, I've been most impressed with the first on-site people,
Yes, we have too.
and
Good.
which is a good thing. So, but it can be exceeding, I hope we've got good insurance, because it can be exceedingly costly.
So we're covered up with insurance in the building?
We are,
Good.
yes, yes.
Good.
My work is covered by insurance, and I hope the castle is, yes.
It is, yes, yes, it is.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. So any time frame?
So hopefully the things will be out tomorrow and or Tuesday at the latest, and then we can go from there.
Does the conservator have any thoughts?
So she's coming in sometime within the next couple of weeks when she has a spare moment, and then she has set aside, I believe, the first week of February. She's committed to come in and repair it.
Good. Does she have, I mean, I've been on the committees a long time, and she's always been the conservator. Does she have any succession planning in place? Because she's probably getting on.
We hope so, because it took us a long time actually to find her. But she was an instructor at Willowbank School of Trades, and so she does have people that she can recommend from there. But we want her for as
Well,
long
that's
as we
it,
can
right?
have her.
We want someone of equal caliber going forward.
Exactly. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Good. Well, it's bad, but it could have been far worse.
Exactly.
Um,
All right. I am just going to see if I can share my screen.
so this is where we learn about recent acquisitions.
Yes, indeed.
Yay.
All right. So far, over the past couple of months, we've had some interesting pieces that have come in, and we had this one come to us. It's an original Livingston plant stand
Nice.
that was donated. So that's up in JP and Laura's room. It's absolutely beautiful.
Got the right place too.
Right. With Livingston Presbyterian Church looking to be sold, they invited us in before they put it up for sale to gather some artifacts there, and we were able to get a magic lantern along with a whole bunch of slides that go with it, as
Cool.
well as a lovely portrait of Mrs. Laura Livingston, and then a few of the plaques we took as well. And we also did some extensive photographs as well, so that we have those for the archives.
Nice. What are the slides?
So the slides are, they're actually mostly religious in nature. So they would have been used in Sunday school.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Neat.
And then we had a lady who was at the 1988 auction who had purchased a few toys, and she donated them back to us about 2 weeks ago. And I'm not sure if this first one was maybe Jim's. It's a Mickey Mouse paint box, but what we find so interesting about it is that it still has its original auction tag on it of number 78. And then there was a lovely little puzzle box or puzzle blocks. And then there also was a stationery set too, which was definitely Jim's mom's, Laura Louise's, and it had all kinds of wonderful stationery that hadn't been used.
Neat.
And
So any
that
thoughts?
is really,
Any thought about getting the box to the puzzle set conserved, or just going to let it stand as it is?
that one would be nice to have conserved. Yeah, there's a couple of images on there as well that need a little bit of help too.
Neat.
Yeah,
And these were all donations.
these are all donations. Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, actually, I had one that came in today as well from Shirley Hondrick and her daughters, and it was tying in with the exhibit that we have. One of their relatives had been given a tea service set and tray from the Livingston family back in the 1930s as a wedding gift. So that came into us today. So it was quite exciting to get that, and it's already out on display.
Very good. Is there any correspondence to discuss?
No.
Okay, so it's now my time to stop monopolizing this presentation and ask if there's anything else anyone else wants to share. Sorry about that. Anyone have anything? Now's your turn. Oh. Alrighty. Well, then I guess we will adjourn. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Y'all want to stay here? Jim, let's say that you're the first and second. Artem? Yeah, okay. So it's moved that we adjourn. I see hands. Peter's bailed on us. Must have been too hungry. Okay, so motion carried. So thanks all for coming. It was nice to have quorum.
Yes, thank you very much.
And we'll see you in the
In
new year.
January. Yeah.
Yeah, have a good Christmas and nice New Year.
Thanks.
Mr.
Same to
Gerber?
you.
Everybody. See you
Same
later.
to you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
See y'all.